and her long, wavy brown hair was the same too. With a poke of one finger, she squished the end of her too long nose up, then frowned at the piggy nose she'd made. She wasn't sure what she'd expected to see in the glass. To suddenly look beautiful, wise, and powerful? In other words, more like a goddess? She turned as she heard her best friend Pallas come into their bedroom. Crunch, crunch. Pallas eyed her, munching an apple. "What's that?" she asked, gesturing toward the letter on the floor. Athena quickly scooped it up and tucked it behind her back. Looking suspicious, Pallas came closer, trying to see what it was. "Come on, give. I've known you forever. Why are you suddenly keeping secrets?" Athena thumped one end of the scroll gently against her back. On the one hand, she wanted to twirl around and shout the news that she was a goddess. At the same time, she wanted to hide the letter in the back of her closet and pretend it hadn't come. Zeus's summons was going to change everything. "It's a letter," she finally admitted, "from my dad. Turns out he's Zeus." Pallas stopped mid-munch, her mouth full of apple. "What, a Zeus?" Quickly, she finished chewing and swallowed. "Your dad is king of the gods?" Athena nodded, holding out the papyrus scroll. Pallas pounced on it. By the time she finished reading, her eyes were huge. "You're a goddess?" Her voice rose to a squeak on the last word. "I don't want this to change things," Athena said quickly. "We'll still be best friends, right?" Pallas examined the scroll closely, seeming not to hear. "Who brought it?" "The wind. It's got the official seal and everything. It's the real thing, then. An invitation to Mount Olympus." Pallas stared at Athena in wonderment. "My best friend is a goddess." "So you think I should go?" Even as Athena asked, she knew that the idea of going to Mount Olympus Academy was growing on her. But how could she tell Pallas that? She'd be devastated at the thought of Athena moving away. Pallas tossed the scroll on her bed. It rolled itself tight and snapped shut again. "Are you crazy? Of course you have to go," she exclaimed. "This is your chance to really be somebody. I mean, who wouldn't want to be a goddess?" Athena hugged herself and glanced out the window toward the Triton River, feeling a little hurt. It almost sounded like Pallas was trying to get rid of her. She'd lived with Pallas' family since she was a baby. The two of them had shared this room and been as close as sisters all their lives. "But I'll miss you, pal," Athena said softly. Pallas came to the window and looped her arm through one of Athena's. Her voice was softer now, as if she'd just realized she'd be losing her best friend. "Yeah, I'll miss you too." She took a deep breath. "But you've always wondered about your parents. This is your chance to find out about them. Besides, it doesn't sound like Zeus is giving you much choice." Athena nodded. "His letter is kind of bossy." She stuck her nose in the air haughtily as she quoted him in a deep, authoritative voice. "I hereby command you to prepare at once for the journey to Mount Olympus." Pallas giggled. "Yours in thunder," she mimicked in a loud bass tone. "Zeus!" they finished together. They fell on their beds in a fit of laughter. "I guess going against a god's wishes, even if he is my dad, might be a bad idea," said Athena once she'd calmed down. "If he got mad, he might just beam me on the head with one of his thunderbolts." Pallas's face went pale, and she rose on one elbow to gaze over at her. "You don't suppose he's violent?" "Don't worry," Athena said quickly, turning on her side toward Pallas. "I'm sure we'll get along just fine." But she couldn't help remembering the thunderbolt and feeling a little nervous about meeting her powerful dad. She reached out to a toy on her bedside table, a wooden horse named Woody. "I wonder what the academy will be like,"